welcome back to the channel on our continuing voyage to become better blues players. My name's Mark, and in today's lesson what we're going to do is we're going to take the A minor pentatonic scale in box position 1, you know, the scale that we all know and love, probably the first scale most of us ever learnt. We're going to take that and we're going to add one extra note to just spice things up a little bit. So the way the lesson's going to work today, you're going to hear me play an example solo where I do exactly this, and then we'll come back on the other side. I'll teach you what the note is, I'll show you the technique and the ideas behind it and how you can build it into your own playing, and then I'll actually show you the licks from the example solo with tab on screen, so you've actually got some licks to practice to help you get this technique down. Okay, so I'm going to play the example solo now. It's over a 12-bar backing track in the key of A, and during this extra note only occurs over the A chord. So see if you can spot it during the solo, and we'll come back and talk about it afterwards. Okay, so here's the example. So that was the example there. And what you should have seen is we take this A minor pentatonic, that scale, and we're adding this extra note on the G string in between the two notes that we'd normally play. So on the G string, we'd normally play these notes. That's the flat third and the fourth. And actually what I was doing is I was playing this note 6th fret here. That's the note in between them. And I'd usually often kind of hammer onto it from the fret underneath. That note there, that is the major third. So what we're doing is we're taking our A minor pentatonic scale, we're adding just this extra one note, and we're adding the major third in there and kind of giving it, well, a different flavor, a different tone, different sound to the scale. Now, very importantly, we only ever do this over the A chord. If we added that extra note over the D chord, it would sound pretty terrible. It would really clash. So the kind of the rule with this is only do this over the A chord. Over the rest of the chord progression, just use a regular A minor pentatonic. So you'll see in some of those licks, let's see, so lick 1, for example, starts with that. Where are we? Lick 2 went like this. So we end on that note. But then when we go to the D chord, you'll notice I was doing things like this. That was lick, what was that? Lick 5. So lick 5 really emphasizes the fact that we're not playing the major third, we're playing the flat third, this one here. So we're kind of lick 5, and I think lick 6 as well. Yeah, lick 6 ends on that note. So it's really emphasizing, because they're both over the D chord, really emphasizing that 5th fret. But then when we play that A chord, as I say, licks 1, 2, lick 3's got it in there as well. We're really emphasizing that major third, that 6th fret. Okay, so that's basically the rule, that we've got our A minor pentatonic just as we know and love it, but when we're playing over that A chord, that root, the root chord, the 1 chord, we can add in just this one extra note. So if we're playing this as a scale, which we'd never do, but if we were, it would go like this. And you notice even when I play it as a scale, I can't help but hammer on from the 5th up to the 6th. It just sounds better that way. It doesn't actually sound any good going the other way. Never practiced that as a scale, I'll be honest. I just kind of got the fingering down and just know that when I'm playing these kind of licks here, that I can actually hammer on. Okay, so you can take a lick that you'd normally play, and you can add that major sixth. Okay, and that works really well over that one chord. As I say, doesn't work over the D chord, the 4 chord in this case, when we move to that. Okay, so that's the basic theory behind it. What I'll do now is I'll take you through all the licks one by one. So there is tab available for today's lesson. If you would like a free copy of the PDF of the tab, send me an email. My details are in the description below. We'll call this lesson Adding the Major Third to the Pentatonic Scale. If you put that in the email when you ask for the tab, I'll know exactly which tab to send you back. Okay, the tab is paid for by the Patreon supporters. I have to pay to have the tab professionally produced. That's paid for by the Patreon supporters, who also pay to help keep this channel running. Patreon is crowdfunding for creatives, I think they call it. But basically, the Patreon supporters are the people that keep the channel running by financially supporting the channel, and they get some extra lessons and things. If you're interested in that, check out details below. I've got a Patreon page and you can sign up there. Okay, enough of that. Let's get on with the licks. Lick 1 goes like this. Okay, and I'll do it nice and slow. And again. Lick 2 goes like this. Nice and slow. And again. Lick 3 goes like this. Okay, and nice and slow. And again. Lick 4 then goes like this. This is a lick I've used in a few lessons now, so you might recognize it, but here it is again. And nice and slow. And even slower. Lick 5 then goes like this. And nice and slow. And even slower. And lick 6 goes like this. Nice and slow. And even slower. Okay, lick 7 then goes like this. And nice and slow. And even slower. Okay, lick 8 then jumps over to the E chord. This goes across the E chord and the D chord. Now, I'll be honest, in the example solo, this is kind of where I break out of the pentatonics, well, particularly for the D chord. Basically, I just came up with a really nice lick as I was improvising for this and really liked it, so I kept it in. So it kind of breaks what the lesson's about, but I hope you enjoy the lick anyway. It starts over the E chord and it goes like this. Okay, double stops hitting the G and B string together. It's kind of like the only tricky thing on this. And I'll do it nice and slow. It basically goes slide in and then hit 2 more, slide in, hit 2 more, etc. So, and the slide in is always on the beat, so playing triplets, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So here it is nice and slow. You notice that second half, what I'm effectively doing is just outlining a D7 chord, that one there. Those notes are all in the D7. Anyway, here it is one more time, really, really slow. Okay, lick 9, I'm back to box position 1 pentatonics now, and it goes like this. Okay, and nice and slow. And even slower. Lick 10, really easy, we're just outlining the E chord, which is now where we are, and it goes like this. And nice and slow. And again, nice and slow. Okay, so that was it. That was all the licks. That's the lesson. As I say, tab available if you'd like that. See the details in the description below. There's a backing track. Again, see the details in the description below so you can practice this yourself over the backing track. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have and you've made it all the way to the end, please leave a like. Please leave me a comment. Let me know that somebody's watching this all the way to the end. I'd really appreciate that. Until next time, take care. I'll see you again.